Hey everybody, Big John again. We're trying something a little different today. I played the video game Deep Rock Galactic by Ghost Ship Games and Coffee Stain Publishing. It is a 1 to 4 player co-op mining slash alien bug horde killing first-person shooter. You play a dwarf in a space dwarf who's uh, mining on asteroids and hostile worlds, and as per the developer's website, it says, why dwarves? Well, of course, because they say that when every other species has failed, when every other mission has failed, the only thing left to do is send in the damn dwarves, and that's damn Skippy. So basically you're playing if dwarves were in space. Of course they'd have, modern weapons, but still use pickaxes, and later on they use hammers to repair everything because they're fucking dwarves and they're magical. This mission that is playing in the background is one to repair what's called a mule, and coming up on screen now, this little quadruped robot monster is a mule, and the mules are mobile stash boxes, if you will. You collect different resources, minerals. They all have weird names. And you use those to upgrade your weapons, your pickaxe. Oh, before I continue, that's called a loot bug. They make cute little noises, but when you shoot them, they explode in a shower of different rare materials. Also, funny little story, the jump cuts in the video are, I had played this game before previously, but forgot all the controls, so I'm jumping around like an idiot, and couldn't remember that the grappling hook, I'm playing the scout in this particular mission, the grappling hook allows you to, pull a Batman, shoot across, get reeled in, but you have to hold down the trigger to let it launch out, because if you just pull the trigger and release it, it doesn't actually launch it, and I sat there for an uncomfortably long amount of time trying to remember to hold down the button. Another thing about the resources, as you just saw, there are different colored crystals. The bright glowing red ones, they heal you. The purple ones are one of the resources that you need for the missions, just to complete it, and also to use to upgrade your weapons, your gear, your little robot friend Bosco. When you play one on or just solo, you have Bosco, who is a tiny little mining droid that also has heavy machine guns, and eventually you can upgrade to rocket launcher. The biggest threats you have to deal with, other than the jumping around like an idiot sometimes, like I do, would be those giant Starship Trooper-esque bugs that seem to infest everything. Some of them explode when you kill them, others are just, like Tyranids and just scratching at you. I'm making hand gestures at my webcam and it's not showing up on the screen. Not sure why I'm doing that. Anyway, you collect your resources. The bright glowing red crystals, they heal your health. The less brightly glowing red crystals are called nitra, and you can use those to call in ammunition resupplies via a little small tunneler. Now, looks like the main drop pod, but it's a little bit smaller, and it just carries weapons and equipment for you. Right here, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out the green goo, and it was really simple. It's just sticky and holds you in place. There's right there's your sonic map, so that you can kind of see where you're supposed to go. You can use your mining pick to just dig your way through, or I like to use the grappling hook on the scout. When you're not the scout, the digger class basically has these just two big massive drills, and you can drill your way through pretty much anything. There's a dwarven gunner who carries around a fucking minigun. And there's a third class that is escaping me at the moment. So maybe if I continue to make little Let's Plays of this, then I'll explain that later. As you can see on the screen, I've come across the damaged drop pod, and another cool thing that the scout can do, it has a flare launcher, so rather than just throwing a chem stick, it'll launch a much brighter flare. One thing I've noticed about the game is it definitely appeals to one's more sadistic side, because the loot bugs have lots of valuable shit in them, but they make those cute little noises, so it feels weird to hunt them. But then at other times it's just the cute noises. Why won't you stop? So you hunt them and you get all their beautiful, beautiful loot. There's actually funny little dialogue bits here and there where if you shoot one, the dwarf will say, "I die a little bit inside every time I kill a loot bug." Things like that. Let's see here. Another jump cut, because I spent way too long to figure out that, or to remember that the mule parts you have to pick up, they're actually buried slightly, so you do have to pull out the pick and just unbury them. So I spent probably 10 minutes on that, just figured you didn't really want to watch it. Another scene of me pouring my rocky load into the mule. I know that sounds dirty, but it's still funny. The game is not adult-based. There's not horrible curse words or anything, so I would think you could play this with your kids. At a certain age, you know. All gamer parents should know when their kids can handle it, and all this is just shooting bugs and mining, and every so often it'll say, you know, "Hey mule, get your robotic ass over here." But never breaks any of the, you know, doesn't drop the F-bombs or anything. So it's a perfectly acceptable game that should be a family type game you could play. Or, you know, if you have a bunch of friends that enjoy this kind of thing, it's an entertaining game. I mean, it's not like the greatest game ever, and you're not going to play it for days and days and hours unless you're insane. But it's a fun game to jump in and just play, you know, being a space dwarf mining in a fucking asteroid or some shit, and bugs come to attack you, and it's, you know, very procedural, very just random fun. In the mule repair missions, a lot of the when you figure it out, it's relatively easy. You have to jump around, find the mule legs that are surrounded by the little gray light dome thingy, and bring them to the mule body that's in the green light dome thingy. And then you put them all together, and then it's time to fix it. And how does a dwarf fix everything? They just hit it with a hammer. Of course they do. It's fucking perfect. You do that, you got your first mule fixed. Probably gonna speed it up a bit or jump around a bit. This is me going a little nutty and just attacking the loot bugs because they're in the way. But jump around, you get the legs for the next one, more dead loot bugs, and this is rampage time. Just die, loot bugs, die. Give me all the gold, give me the whatever the hell you got, because that cute squealy little noise is irritating the shit out of me. Ah, yes, pour the rocky load. But partial psychotic breaks aside, you jump around, pick up the legs, dig them out, take them over to the mule, put them on. Once you figured it out, it's real easy. Even kids could play it. Granted, it took a 34-year-old probably 10-15 minutes to remember that, oh yeah, I gotta dig the damn things out, instead of throwing grenades and shit everywhere to trying to figure it out, and then going a little bit insane and killing all the loot bugs. Here's another thing. There are plants around that are special resources that you can pick up and put in the mule and take with you, and they can be used for either bonus money, secondary objectives, or sometimes you need them as a rare material for fixing your junk. At this point, the mules are repaired, so I call in for extract, and the mule will run back to the pod, leading you to the pod, leaving those little light beacons so that you can find your way, because you're in a randomly generated tunnel system, and half the tunnels you've probably dug yourself because the game says that the environment is 100% destroyable. So you will end up sometimes getting lost, digging yourself a tunnel into nowhere, and it's nice to know how the hell to get back to the drop pod. So mule drops the little beacons, you follow it. When it comes to these repair types, first you have to uplink with that thing. Bugs attack. You stay in the little glowy zone, of course. It's standard video game, almost capture the flag. Bugs come around, try to kill you. Eventually you fully uplink, which is happening now. And then it tells you to prepare for fuel pods and fuel cells and other crazy shit like that. Another jump cut here because couldn't find the damn drop pod fuel cells. So I kind of just ran around looking for stuff because it's a goofy little game. It doesn't have a super advanced mini map or anything like that. I like the Sonic map. I think that's kind of neat to kind of show you where the hell you're at. But there are times that I'd like a better ping on the mini map, I suppose. Excuse me. And there it is. I finally found it. Usually you can find it because it's something in a green bubble. And then hammer time again. Pull out the hammer of dwarven fixiness. It is a super tech hammer that will fix everything, including advanced fuel cell containment systems. But hammer it, hammer it, hammer it, hammer it. One of the more annoying things is waiting for it to hammer. It's fun for the first few seconds, and then after that it's like, really? When the hell is this gonna work? Let's start fixing. Again, we're speeding it up because the bugs attack. Holy shit, the bugs attack. Now, a thing I forgot about was that you don't pick up ammo everywhere. You have to actually call it in. So at the end of this fight, I barely made it out with any ammo left. So that's something to keep track of. This particular character comes with an assault rifle and a double-barrel shotgun and his little flare launcher there and the grappling hook. Shotgun's just cool because, well, they're dwarves. Of course, they got a fucking double-barrel. The green stuff on the ground is sticky and gooey, so it's kind of a bitch. But I got the fuel cells linked up, and now the mission timer's just running out for, it's powering the pod. So I guess for the next minute or so, I'll give my final thoughts. Fun game. It's easy. Once you figure it out and learn it, it's not that difficult. It's really a very, it's a very easy going game that you don't have to think a lot about, other than, searching around for the elusive tunnel you need to find or whatever. But, all else fails, you can just dig your fucking way through the wall until you find where the hell you're going. Controls are fine. There's, it's a fun little game. It's cheap. It's actually on Xbox Game Pass for free now. Don't know how long it'll be that way, but it is up for a while, so it's a nice little fun game that I think that, you can play with your friends. It might be really fun, like drinking game style game, just every time you kill a bug, take a shot or something. I don't know. Or you can also just play with your kids where, your kids want to play a video game, you don't want it to be anything too bad. This is just going around killing bugs and stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. Bugs are evil. Everyone knows bugs are evil. These things look just like Tyranids from 40K, and that's not good. So you need to teach the kids that in their life, when you come across Tyranids, we'll shoot them. That's what you do. Once you finally run out the mission clock, you run back up into your drop pod. It pulls you up, and mission is completed. Some of the missions I played lasted, 5 minutes or so. Others took upwards of an hour, depending on how complex they are. And there's a little image of my dwarf scout here. Nice big scary beard, double barrel, hammer of fixiness, and wrench of awesome. So yeah, it's a fun game. I recommend that you at least try it, especially since it's free now. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna start doing more Let's Play style games. I'm gonna call it, the pandemic playthroughs. So stay tuned for that, and hopefully we'll have some fun playing video games together. Until then, craft or die, or just game or die. See you guys later. Bye.
Just make something of yourself here.